Now let us understand the method of finding exponent of any prime number in any factorial n. Let us take an example by taking a small number, say factorial 10, and we want to prime factorize it. Suppose we know that factorial 10 is nothing but 10 into 9 into 8 into 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, right? Now I want to prime factorize this particular 10 factorial. So what we can do is we can prime factorize each of these numbers. So 10 can be written as 2 into 5, and 9 can be written as 3 square, 8 can be written as 2 cube, and 7 we have to retain it because it's a prime number. 6 can be written as 2 into 3, and 5 can be written as 5 only. 4 can be written as 2 square, and the balance is 3 into 2. Now again collecting the prime numbers together. So 2, the number of 2's here is, we get 1 from here, 3 from here, so it will be 4, and then it will be 5, then 6, 7 and 8. So number of 2's will be 8. Similarly, you can see that the number of 3's will be 4, number of 5's will be 2, and the number of 7 will be 1. So this is how we can prime factorize factorial 10. Since 10 is a very small number, so we can afford to do this way. But suppose the number itself is too big. For example, if you look at this question that we have to find the highest power of 3 in factorial 100, so it is quite difficult by this method to factorize or prime factorize factorial 100. Therefore, we need some method wherein we can quickly get the prime or the exponent of any prime number. So few things which we can observe directly is that if I taking factorial 10, then if I want to do the prime factorization of factorial 10, then it will contain, or the prime factor of factorial 10 will always be less than the number 10. So you can see that the prime factors are 2, 3, 5 and 7. We will never get 11 as the prime factor of factorial 10. Similarly, if you can see in this question, if I prime factorize factorial 100, then we will never get any prime number which is more than 100. It will always be less than 100. At the same time, we can see the smaller the prime number, the higher the exponent it has. So you can see that the order in which the prime numbers are written is in increasing order, but the order in which their corresponding exponents are in decreasing order. And this is quite obvious to understand because if I expand factorial 10, then you can see that every second number is a multiple of 2. So the frequency in which the multiple of 2 or the prime number 2 appears is quite high as compared to the frequency of say multiple of 3. So therefore the number of 2's will always be more than number of 3's, and number of 3's will always be more than number of 5, and number of 5's will always be more than number of 7. So this is what something which we can observe directly. And let's come back to the method which I was talking about, that how to get an exponent of any prime number p in any factorial n. So take this example only. So let me take the number to be 10. So if I want to get the number of 2's it should contain, then what we have to do is that we have to start dividing this number 10 with 2, and we have to retain the quotient. We don't have to bother about the remainders. We have to just retain the quotient, and we have to keep on dividing those quotient till we get the quotient as 0. So when 10 is divided by 2, the quotient will be 5. Again, we have to divide this 5 with 2, then the quotient here will be 2. Again, if we divide by 2, the quotient will be 1. Again, if I divide 1 by 2, then the quotient will be 0. We have to repeat this process till we reach the quotient as 0, and then we have to add these quotients. So the addition will be 5 plus 2 plus 1 plus 0, anyway we can discard it, it is 8. So this will give me the number of 2's it will contain in factorial 10. Similarly, if I want to find the number of, and you can verify from here also that the number of 2's is 8 here. Now if I want to start, or if I want to get the number of 3's, then again I have to do the same thing. We have to start with 3, then the first quotient will be 3 into 3, it will be 9, then again 3 divided 3 into 1 times will be 3, and again if I take 3, then 1 divided by 3, the quotient is 0. So we have to add these. So it will be 3 plus 1, which is 4. So there will be 4, or the exponent of 3 in factorial 10 will be 4. as you can verify here also. Similarly, for 5 and 7, we can also continue with the same process. So the method which we use is this only, and that is very, very important. And always remember that this method is only applicable for a prime number and not a composite number. For composite number, we use the same method, but we tweak the approach a bit. We will see it in a later video, that how to find the exponent of any composite number in factorial n. I hope this illustration actually gives you the basic idea about how to use the method to get the exponent of any prime number. Let's see the question. So the question is that we have to find the highest power of 3 in factorial 100. So what we have to do is that here n is 100 and the number p is 3. So we have to divide 100 successively by the prime number 3. We start with 3, so it will be 33 times. The question will be 33. I repeat that we don't have to bother about the remainder. We have to just write down the question, successive question. Again, it will be 11. Again, if I divide 11 by 3, so it will be 3 times. Again, if I divide 3 by 3, then it will be 1 times. And again, if 1 divided by 3, it will be 0. Now, discarding this, we have to add all these questions. So the number of 3's or the power of 3 or 3 in factorial 100, it would be 33 plus 11 plus 3 plus 1, which comes out to be 48. That means if I prime factorize factorial 100, then it will contain some number of 2's or some exponent of 2 and some exponent of 3, and that exponent is 48. That is what we have identified here, and that was the purpose of this question. And we could have done for 5, 6 and 7, etc. So let us start, let us also do for 2, that how many times or what is the highest power of 2 in factorial 100. So we can take 100 here and we can divide this by, can start dividing it by 2. So it will be 2 50 times, then 2 25 times, then 2 will divide 25 12 times, then 2 will divide 12 by 6 times, then 2 will divide it by 3 times, then 2 will divide it by 1 times, and now we have to add all these exponents. So it will be 50 plus 25 plus 12 plus 6 plus 3 plus 1. So if you add it, you will get the answer to be 97. So here the value of A is 97. Similarly, we can do for 5 and all other prime number which are less than 100. This is how this question are solved. The other way of asking the same question would be, let me write the question, that it would be find the maximum value of n such that 3 to the power n divides factorial 100. So these two questions are same. So always remember that these two questions are one of the same thing, and the method of doing this is this simple approach of successive division and retaining the question, and later on adding the question to get the desired highest power of that particular prime number. In the next video, we'll take some more advanced problems which are based on this particular logic.